It's first started with just Lindsay and I talking about it, talking about doing a musical at the school. We thought it'd be really fun. We could get a lot of kids involved because we both have a big passion for musicals and theater. And we knew that kids out here really didn't have an idea of what that was, the commitment, the level that they needed to do.
It was a really great experience for my last play of high school, and I also loved how different it was from the other plays that we've done. It was a lot more intense, and we worked really hard on it.
Kids connect with Disney, so you already are starting off with that connection factor of they know the songs, they know the storylines. Parents know it, younger kids know it, people are going to want to come to it, people are going to want to be in it. Disney's a high interest and engagement, and so it was kind of a no-brainer to do a Disney one right out.
Once we started working on it, we realized we all had pretty different strengths. I'm pretty strong musically. And then Mr. Parker, he is really good at set design and building.
They needed someone to run sound and lights and do set pieces, and that's some of the areas where I'm strongest at.
And Lindsay was really strong as far as directing and organizing and putting it all together.
You know, the kids are putting in so much work. They deserve to be on stage with costumes that are reflecting the work they've put in, and that all costs money.
Dingle hopper!
I really like seeing kids when they start taking the music seriously and realizing they're good at it, and they can also go to college for it, or it's something they can do after they graduate that they can do for the rest of their lives.
This will be my 19th performance singing in front of a crowd, and I don't know where I'd be without choir or without theater. The last couple years in choir, we've been trying to show how fun it is to really express yourself through the arts and maybe recruit some more people to even spread the word more.
We weren't too loosey-goosey. We buttoned our act up when we needed to, but chilled out so we weren't stressing on each other.
I see the biggest focus and need coming from parents who say, I want my child to have this experience, or I want my child to be able to play an instrument, have an art class, have these experiences in their classroom day. And parents have to be allowed voice so that those art classes don't go away.
I think community support, whether it's financial support or just coming and watching our productions, that's going to be very vital moving forward.
And it didn't make my father love me, but it didn't bring me down, oh no, no, no.
LaPie and our kids are worrying about a lot of stuff of those needs being met, whether it's food or a stable home life or whatever it is. They're constantly worried about that, and so not to have to worry about one more fee for something that they want to do it takes away the stress right off the bat, and then I'm able to focus just on getting them to be vulnerable on stage.
I think seeing the musical happen this year was huge for our community. Seeing all of the parents and families and community members coming in of our middle schoolers to see, and for them to be able to see that middle schoolers were involved with that and were able to pull that off. I think that's really amazing.
Me on the music, Mr. Parker on sets and lighting, and Miss Spring directing it.
When a kid feels special, it makes me feel, I can't even put it into words.
I saw a shadow high and high. He came to me with the sweetest smile.
It gives me purpose and it humbles me, and it makes everything worth what I'm doing.
When I first started teaching here 9 years ago, we had band, then it kind of went to the wayside. because there just wasn't much interest in it then, and a lot of kids wanted to do choir. And I was a choir teacher, so I was like, okay, that's fine. But then as the years went on, Mr. Montgomery had a little bit of extra money and he wanted to try to bring the pep band back. And more kids joined band, didn't have enough instruments. So then when the grant happened, then I was able to actually start buying supplies, getting things fixed. And then we needed to order a bunch of instruments by year 2, unless we did a lot of fundraising, because it was about $20,000 in instruments. And then from there we had a combined class for 2 years. Then I started to definitely see the need for differentiation. They needed to split up, because it's really hard to keep teaching when a new kid shows up and he's at square one and the other kids are all way more advanced. Finally this year we got it at the high school, so we have a high school band now, and then we have 2 beginning bands here at the middle school. One is mostly 8th graders and they're cruising along, doing really well, and one's mostly 6th graders and they're doing really well too. And to see it come full circle, where hopefully we can sustain this, we will sustain it, it's just really kind of exciting.
Yeah! Get 8 of us to be able to do this together and it not sound like a bunch of bees buzzing around.
With sustainability for me, I'm looking at reaching out to a lot of the community. We have a bunch of community leaders and I'm deep in the music scene in Bend, and we're looking at some sponsorships. We're also looking at taking the kids out to do some performances.
I've been on this journey, chasing dreams.
Maybe putting together some house concerts with other artists in the area that want to support music in schools, and charging a ticket fee for that all goes back to the program. And we're working on some sponsorships for Evening of the Arts. Not a required thing, so they're showing up because they want to, and I see that in their activities and how much they put into it, and so it's fun to see them embrace something that they truly care about and work hard to achieve it.
My son started with no guitar experience and no musical experience at all, and last year was his first year in beginning guitar, and this year he's moved on, and he now plays in his worship band at church, and he loves it, and he just wants to go further and further with guitar.